today's webinar. First, I want to introduce our presenter. Our presenter today is Dr. Pei-Sung Lin. Dr. Lin is the Director of the ITS Traffic Operations and Safety Program here at the Center for Urban Transportation Research. He is also the Director of the Florida Local Technical Assistance Program housed at Qatar. He earned his master's degree from the University of Texas at Austin in 1991 and his doctoral degree from the University of Florida in 1995. He is a registered professional engineer in Florida and a certified professional traffic operations engineer by the Institute of Transportation Engineers. Dr. Lin is also an ITE fellow. He has 26 years of work and research experience in transportation, specializing in traffic signal systems, traffic engineering and operations, pedestrian and bicycle safety, wrong-way driving prevention, crash analysis, intelligent transportation systems, and automated vehicles. He has conducted more than 120 research projects and grants, and he has published and presented numerous technical papers at national and international conferences and meetings. Dr. Lin served as chair of the ITE Intelligent Traffic Signal Operations Committee from 2005 to 2015, and he also served as president of the International Chinese Transportation Professionals Association from 2013 to 2015. He was the recipient of the prestigious ITE Edward A. Mueller District 10 Transportation Engineer of the Year Award in 2017. And with that, I will hand things off to our presenter today, Dr. Pei-Sung Lin.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to join our Qatar webcast. And today I would like to present you a project we finished last April, and the topic is development of an effective truck route signage program for the city of Tampa. And in my presentation today, first I'd like to show you the outline of the presentation, and this let you know what we're going to cover today. And so beginning, I would like to give you some background and tell you the objectives of this project sponsored by the City of Tampa. And then I will go through some literature review, and the focus will be for this particular study is a pilot implementation of our proposed signage in City of Tampa. So we're going to cover our development for truck route signage and how do we do this pilot implementation. After that, we're going through the data collection and also data analysis, and we'd like to present you the results and finally provide you the conclusion and recommendations. And so let's start with the background and introduction. And so if you are familiar with the city of Tampa, you know we got the Port of Tampa is a major seaport, and also we got the CSX is a railroad intermodal yard also here in Tampa. And also we got our Tampa International Airport, and it's a cargo capable. At the same time, we in Greater Tampa Bay area, we got many logistic activity centers, and so this is the area. There's a lot of truck either generate from there or they would deliver their goods to that locations. And so based on the Port Tampa Bay Master Plan Vision 2040. And back to 2015, we already got 36 million tons of freight annually in our Tampa Bay, the Port Tampa Bay. So this is a lot of the freight activity in our region, and that's why from the city of Tampa perspective, and this is very important for our economy. And on the other hand, we also have a lot of our residents live here. And so, City of Tampa at the same time, they also receive different complaints related to the truck traffic, and they get into their neighborhood or the truck traffic travel on the non-truck routes. And so from a different perspective, if you from the trucking industries, and this is very important for them to be able to deliver their goods and to their destinations. But for the residents, they are very important to have their quality of life, and especially if you got the commercial vehicle and get into their neighborhood, and it's not only uh, very noisy, but the most important is a safety problems. And also the route was not designed for the commercial vehicle to go through. And so there's different concern. And from City of Tampa perspective, and you really want to see how you be able to balance both because you need to develop economy. At the same time, you also want to provide really high quality of life to the residents. And so how can we do the best? But overall, we all recognize that it's important for the truck traffic on appropriate route, and especially on the truck route designed for them. And so really appreciate City of Tampa give us this opportunity to work with them on this project, and especially appreciate and our project manager and also as all the City of Tampa manager and staff and also their crew and provide the assistance on the data collection throughout this project. And so I want to take this opportunity to recognize their contribution and assistance for this project. So the objective for this project, I put 4 major points here. So the first one is we like to conduct a little bit research and literature review and to see what are the best practice out there and what kind of standard different county city they use, and also how can we use this one to develop an effective trial signage program for City of Tampa. And so the second one here is related to what kind of sign type, what kind of size of the sign, and where is the location, and to place this trial related signage. And so with that, so city can conduct a pilot implementation. And the next is very importantly is to conduct before and after data analysis and throughout this pilot implementation. And so that includes data collection, data analysis. And so from this analysis, we'll be able to provide the last one is to evaluate the effectiveness of this proposed trial signage. And so these 4 are the major project objective stated here. So the next we'll go to the literature review. And so from the literature review, and we want to determine what kind of trial signage can improve the mobility and of course the safety as well. So we look at different study from different place, and so first is like there's a different study emphasize importance of the let's identify the truck route, and so some city county they have a specify their truck route, they have their truck route map, and some of them may have some, but not surely enforce that, because a lot of time when you see the truck traffic go to the non-truck route, and I think on one thing, education, enforcement, they all both all important, and to make sure people can do travel on the designated route. And so for this trial signage, and if you go more detail, it's related to what's the text we should put that on the side, and it's a symbol, it's a word, and what's the size, what's the colors, and where you should put that. And as you know that you also see that there's a different type of sign out there. So basically we can divide that to the positive signage or negative signage. So what are those positive ones? And basically, it's the sign they guide you uh, to let you know where to go. So we all have those kind of experience when we travel to somewhere, especially we are not familiar with the location or the city or counties, and you try to go to a particular destination. And at a certain location, you start to see the sign, and they point out to uh, your destination. And somehow, at a certain location, you may start to see the sign disappeared, and you are wondering where should you go. And so that's important that when we have the trucks out and that positive sign to guide the driver, in this case, the commercial vehicle drivers, uh, to to follow the sign to get to their destination. So on the other hand, there's a negative sign, and for the commercial vehicles, as you can see, there's a different location. It will show you do not enter. There's a sign showing the truck cannot enter the uh, enter that road. And so different city counties in our study, and they emphasize the importance of either positive or negative, and some of them do some of the study emphasize the both. But also we also see that some of them also mention, you try to reduce the negative and try to put more positive sign. And some study also concerned about there are too many signs out there. So how can we provide a clear sign message to the commercial vehicle drivers? And so they have a different suggestion and comment on that. And so it's really beneficial for us. And so, of course, this study is not the first study to mention we should use a positive and negative combine, positive and negative. And there's a different study recommend and some kind of implementation. But most importantly for this study is that we actually uh, collect this information and provide our suggested design on the signage and also conduct a study and actually do the pilot implementation and collect the data, provide analysis to show what the effectiveness of this combined positive and the negative signage for truck routes. And so as I mentioned just earlier, so we try to design the truck route signage, so include the size of the sign and text and symbol and color, and also where to put the sign, different truck route signage, and include positive, negative, and how far to the intersection. And yeah, so as I mentioned, there's a positive directed guide sign or prohibition or non-truck route sign or combinations, and it depends on different approach. And also evaluate the effectiveness of truck route signage, and then provide the recommendation and regarding the standard policy guidance and for the program. So other additional to City of Tampa, other county or city can also benefit from this project. And so here, let's go a little bit more on the literature review, especially on the signage. And of course, the first, we focus more on the MUTCD. And so here I show you some very typical, when you go to MUTCD, you can see, for example, truck route use a right lane. There's a truck route sign, or they use a symbol to show you there's no truck. And or they use a symbol to show you, yes, you can use this route. Use a green, and when you use the red and like this, basically, the truck shouldn't go into this route. And if you see further, some of them you can see that because the words, for example, when we use the words, especially at the intersection, and as you can see, a lot of intersection, there's got a lot of different signage out there. And so how will you be able to quickly provide the information and for the driver to see. And it's very important that so different study also suggests, for example, some of them put the direction up into the sign, as you later on can see like here, and some of them will separate a sign just attach like that. And so some give you the direction, the truck route, for example, give you advanced signage to tell you where is the truck route. And here, as you can see, you see a lot of words there. So they do try their best, try to provide information to the drivers. But as you can see, think about if we got a sign like this, and if there's other sign out there, and when the driver approaches intersection, they may not be able to see or read. And so it's important to provide very clear, recognize symbols or words or direction. And so the driver can quickly recognize and they can see that clearly throughout the city, the county, the district, or the state. And so here I just try to show you, for example, you see this more this from New York State, and they show you what the truck route and where's the direction and something like that. And so different from different study, we see that they try to use the information from MUTCD and like to make some modification as needed, so they can provide a clear message to the truck commercial vehicle drivers. So here I just show you more different signage at different from at different location, and this from some literature review we did, and so to show you, for example, the truck route where to go, and some of them at the intersection, and try to utilize existing pole at a location. And so some of them there's more like positive sign, and some of them have negative sign, and some, like in this case, in this picture, and they put the positive negative together. Yeah, so when you start to see from the report, you can see a different state or different city and or county. They try to provide the information to driver, and here just to show you some different signage, so to give you some ideas. And so this is a further different signage, and so as you can see, there's a negative sign, basically do not enter. Truck you cannot enter here, or truck you cannot make right turns. And so there's a different also signage like no turn for trucks, and no through truck traffic. Yeah, so that's the one as you can see. And then let's go to the next slides. And this is the one. So as you can see, this provide you a better view about look like it's very clear to tell you where is a truck route and the direction. And from this literature review, they also specify to show you if it is an intersection, and you try to tell people where is the truck route, and about 150 feet away at the intersection, and then when you near the intersection, and they show the signage again, and to make sure you know where to go. So in this study, we focus on 3 areas in City of Tampa, and so as you can see from this map, we got area 1, 2, and 3. And so this 3 area is the one the City of Tampa received complaints and concern about the truck route traffic, and went to their neighborhood. And so we're going to so this study will focus on and look into the intersection in this area, and to see where is a good location possible the truck either in or out from that location. So that will be a good location for our pilot implementations. So let's look the first area. So this area, as you can see, this is a neighborhood, and it's the Forest Hill neighborhood. And the one, as you can see, this is the blue line. So this represents the truck route. So the blue line represents the truck route. And so as you can see, the Forest Hill neighborhood is right here. And we City of Tampa received the concern complaint from the residents there because some of traffic they go into their neighborhood either in or out or from this neighborhood. And so that's why, as you can see, there are 3 locations. There's a small arrow pointing to, and this is a 3 location. We use that as our to put our proposed signage at this location and to conduct a study. So in this study, we do in these three areas there are total 8 intersections. We did our data collection and data analysis, and also of course the signage implementation. And so these are 3 intersections in this neighborhood for our study. So next one, I show you the second area. So this is the area we got here we got the Leroy Stillman Expressway here, and so some of traffic that get out of interstate, and as I mentioned, the blue line here is a truck route. For example, they should get to here, and the Danbury Highway they should make left turns or right turns, but some of them they do enter this neighborhood. And so there are 4 locations. This is a potential location. The traffic either in or out of this the neighborhood. And so this 4 location also was selected for our pilot implementation and data analysis. So the next one, this area 3 is in the South Tampa Bay area. And so here we got the Bayshore Boulevard. And however, as you see, this is truck route on the blue, the road in the blue here. So as you can see, potentially this is the location, the Interbay Boulevard and also South Medill Avenue, and potentially the truck traffic. For example, they're going north. At this location, they should make left turn, just keep going north. But the traffic. They go to the neighborhood here and they take the Bayshore Boulevard to go north. And so this is also a perfect location for our study. And so here, just show you there are 3 areas and with a total of 8 Signage intersection, and we use them for these pilot implementations. So for this, based on our literature review and this is the truck route signage we design and implement at these 8 locations. And as you can see, the first one here is to show you, for example, to truck route. And here show you the truck route is east-west. And so basically this is a sign you try to put ahead or at the intersection. So when driver see that, they know the truck route is east-west, and so they can prepare ahead of time. And the second one here, for example, we show that the truck shouldn't get into this route and east-west. So east-west in this case is not truck route. The truck is prohibited to go east-west. So when you approach intersection, you know you shouldn't go east-west. And the third one here is just show you the truck route. So this is the designated truck route. This should be placed at the intersection. So basically just give you a confirmation this truck route is east-west. And the next one is a no truck no trucks. This is a prohibition signs, and show you. And usually this sign is placed on the opposite of the intersection. And so you are the driver, you are at the intersection, and you see the sign showing that on the upper side of the intersection, basically tell you you cannot keep straight because this is the route is not truck route. The truck shall not enter on this road. And so here show you the basic the signage we used for this pilot implementation. And in the next couple of slides, I will provide you more detailed information. Yeah, so just by look at this is one of our location. As I mentioned, there are 8 signal intersection. We implement different signage. And so by look at that, it's quite complicated here. And so we'll go because I want to use this particular intersection as an example to show you what type of sign we put there. And so first show you here. So the blue line here show you this truck route. So for this location, and this is the intersection. So I have show you briefly is as you can see, there's a one at this intersection. There's a one leg on the nose. So this is not truck route, but the other 3 leg, as you can see, is in blue. So these are truck route. So basically, we try to let people know where is the truck route. Also want to let people know where you shouldn't turn and which route is not truck route. So first, let's look at the northbound direction. So this we're going to look at the northbound direction. This is northbound. And so, as you know, so people shouldn't keep going straight because north leg here, this is not truck route. So the first, as you can see, there's a sign here, as I mentioned in the previous slide. You try to show the truck route is east-west. And so this is a advanced signage to show people where is the truck route. And then immediately after that, so later on will tell you that this truck route, this sign is placed about 200 feet ahead of intersection. And so we suggest immediately you also want to let people know, just confirm, then a confirmation, the truck shouldn't go straight because the next one here show you if you go straight, this is not truck route. So there's a truck cannot get in. Truck shouldn't go straight after at the intersection. And then when you're near the intersection, about 50 feet, then you show that trucks out again and show it's east-west. So when people first they already know and they confirm they cannot get straight, and when they approach the intersection, for some reason if they miss or they get one more confirmation, east-west is a truck route. And yeah, so here just from the northbound direction. And the next 2 slides will show you from other approach. So this slide, we're going to show you from the southbound perspective. So let's look at from the southbound perspective. So if you go in southbound, and so first you approach the intersection about 200 feet from intersection, we're going to show you the truck route information. So as you can see here, so basically show you the east-west is a truck route, and so there's a 2. So as we mentioned earlier, you got a 2, and you say the truck route, and you also point out the direction. So east-west is a truck route, and also northbound is a truck route. And so the driver will be very clear to know that. And when they approach intersection, about 50 feet from the intersection, we had that truck route signage again. So driver will be very clear and to make their turns all straight. And the next one, we're going to show you from the east-west directions. So from east-west direction, uh, so first, let's say, because basically they are the same configuration. So first, as you, if you go in westbound in this case, and first we're going to place a sign about 200 feet from the intersection, and generally driver can see that for a couple, maybe 700, 800 feet or 500, 600 feet away, because when we put a sign here, driver already can see that from some distance, and so they will be able to make a proper choice. And so here, basically, as we mentioned here, the nose leg is not truck route. So you want to tell a driver, uh, you cannot make it a right turn, basically turn to nose. And then when they cross to intersection, you want to show them again on that. And of course, on the nose leg here, and there's no truck cannot enter sign. And the same for the eastbound, we also show the same. You tell people you cannot make left turns, and then confirm that again when are 50 away from the intersection. Yeah, so I take this opportunity to have a more detailed explanation for this particular intersection. And I also think that's a very good idea. We also show you, as I mentioned, we got a location, and this is one of them. And so the next 8 slides is will show you different locations and what kind of signage was placed at that location. And so in this case, only on the west leg is not trucked out. Is that correct? Um, Let me see. The color seems not okay. So in this case, no side. Let me see. This is a folder. Okay. So in this case, the north one is so the west leg is not trucked out, and so that probably that's a look at each direction one more time. Just 1 second, let me confirm. Okay, so for the folder, the truck route is on three leg. So on the east leg, north leg, and south leg, this all trucked out. So this all trucked out. The only not trucked out is on the west leg. So this is the neighborhood that this is not the trucked out. So we want to tell people you shouldn't get into this on the west side of this intersection. So for the westbound, we tell people you cannot go straight. And for the northbound, we inform driver you cannot make this is not trucked out, and you shouldn't make left turns. And for the southbound traffic, we tell people and you shouldn't make right turns. And so this is very clearly tell everybody, no matter which approach, and to show that. And this is signage placement over there. And so it's very similar. We provide that so everybody can see. For example, the truck route is on the west leg, east leg, and south leg. And so it's very similar signage like one we had before. And so in this presentation, we provide all this signage, and also so you will be able to later on when you have time to go through the slides, and you'll be able to see that and with some more information on different configuration because all this intersection all look not exactly the same. And so with this information, it will be able to provide you more information, and you can look at what type of sign and was placed and in different approach. Yeah, so here I just go through each intersection and have you kind of look briefly, and they tell you where is the truck out, which is not, and what type of sign was placed there. Yeah, so this is all the location we have with different signage and implemented there for the pilot implementation. Yeah, so this is in the South Tampa area. Yeah, so after we implement all this signage at the 8 locations, and we conduct our data analysis, data collection, and data analysis, and so we conduct 2 weeks data collection before the placement of signage, and then City of Tampa, and they work on the implementation. And then after they finish the signage placement, and we wait for a month, and so the people commercial vehicle drivers start to get familiar with the signage, and then after 1 month, and we conduct the after data collection. And so our data collection include the hourly traffic and the travel volume and the different day and time, also the intersection information. So as I mentioned, those intersections I showed you earlier, so we collect those information. And as far as the truck, we collect the truck counts, uh, especially we collect the information on non-truck route, because try to evaluate this project is try to see how many people they used to travel on the non-truck route. And after we implement this signage, and we want to compare after the implementation, can we see the reduction of the commercial vehicle on non-truck route? And so for the truck, we also we also collect different counts of different type of truck. So there's a single unit truck. The symbol in the later on you'll see we use SUT to represent the single unit truck. And then we got the TSC, that's a trailer and semi-trailer combination. And then we also got TMC, but this is probably very few. It's belong to this category. It's a multi-trailer combinations. And so we collect these counts, these different type of counts for these three truck type and on the non-truck route. And so we can be able to compare that. And then the most important thing for how we measure that is the truck reduction rate on the non-truck route. And then we also conduct the statistical analysis and to see is that difference significant or not. And so from here, as you can see, I just want to use one example, and this is at Dell Memory and also Euclid intersection on the eastbound. And so as you can see, first is we show you a different day, Monday to Sunday, and then there's a data type, there's a before and after, and before and after. So this column represents a single unit. So this is the count we have on that particular day and the before and after. And then we also look at the difference. So if a difference is negative, as you can see, this is the reduction of on the single unit truck. And then we got TSC reduction and the third truck type, TMC reductions. And then the last column show you the total reduction in a day. So this is a very large number, as you can see. So that means there's really a very good reduction on this truck traffic after we implement the proposed truck route signage at that location. And so this slide I will show you all different. We got the A location, however, they are totally 10 leg. So there are 10 approach. they are the non-truck route. They are non-truck route, so we collect the data over this 10 approaches out of a intersection, and then we'll show you different percentage of reduction for 3 different type of trucks. And as you can see, this is a really good to see this number and show that it's really effective for this signage and to reduce a lot of truck going to the non-truck route. And so this just show you just in the graphics to show you in terms of the number reduction, and the different color represent different different type of truck. So the blue it looks like green here in the graphics. So this is a single unit truck, and then the one on the brown, this is the trailer and semi-trailer combination, and the last one is a trailer multi-trailer combination. Is very small, so a lot of them you cannot even see it. And so this is another way to show you is a really a good reduction on truck entering to a non-truck route. And so the results here is that, and we did our several different totality tests to compare the means, the before, what's the average traffic, the number of traffic getting to the non-truck route, and compare to the after. And so from there, and the overall, we see there's a 56% reduction in the total number of combined commercial truck using non-truck route. So this is very significant. There are about 56% reduction on the truck entering the non-truck route. But individually, and as you can see, there are 52% reduction for the single unit trucks, and 69% reduction on trailer and semi-trailer combination, and 96% reduction on trailer and multi-trailer combination. And this analysis also show that this reduction are statistically significant at 99 confidence level. So we can very clearly, definitely show that, and there's a really a big reduction and on these different type of trucks. And so finally, I'd like to conclude this study and also make some recommendation. And as just mentioned to you, and so this overall 56% reduction on the total number of commercial vehicles using the non-truck route, and individually from 52% for SUT, 69% reduction for TSC, and then 96% for TMC. And so this is a very good results, and we are very happy to see the effectiveness of this signage. And then at a 99% confidence level, we can say this reduction, the before after is really different, and we do see confirm these reductions. And so, of course, from this we confirmed, and also we had actually do have this number statistic to show you the combination of positive and also the negative signage for truck routes developed from this study and implement in these 8 locations, and it's a very effective to communicate this information to the commercial vehicle drivers. And then next. And so from this one, we also anticipate that because with this reduction, we'll be able to improve the mobility and overall traffic stream, as well as the travel time, truck reliability, and the travel time for commercial vehicles. And this large reduction on the non-truck route, and also can demonstrate they can improve the safety in the residential and non-commercial areas. And finally, recommend the implementation of this both combine positive and negative signage and described in this study for other city and county and also different DOTs and to apply or from this case study and be able to take advantage of that and be able to implement in their city, county, and their DOT and their DOT districts. And so this concludes my presentation. And I think that from this study, really good to show that. And it's good we actually implement that signage and actually do a data collection, be able to compare that to demonstrate that effectiveness of this signage. So if you have any question, please let us know and send your question, and I will be happy to answer you.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Lin. If you'll notice a box on your screen called Q&A, if you want to type your questions into the box, we will read those out loud. And we've already got some questions coming in here. The first question is, what signs were in place before the new signs were installed, such as what were the base conditions for the study?
Yeah, that's a good question. And so in City of Tampa, they has a different, very a different location, and the sign is not exactly the one already we implement. Some of them have show you the signage, and some of them they have do not enter sign, show you on the other side, and so some of them have both, and so it's not like the very consistent. There's of course different location is different, and so there's an intention and also implement some signage out there. But the City of Tampa would like to take this use this study and consistently implement that at all the location and to evaluate that. So the answer to that, there's a to a certain degree there's a certain signage already in the field, but not exactly the one we present to you. So there's a portion of the signage implement at different locations, and some of them do have both. However, they don't know the results, and so that's why this study will provide that evaluations.
Okay, great information. Next question coming in is, could you please give us more examples of logistic activity centers?
Yes. So I mentioned at the beginning, so logistics center is like where's the location you're going to attract truck traffic, and or where you're going to have truck and you're going to leave that location. And so a typical example, of course, like the the seaport, and there's a lot of tanker truck is going to deliver their tank from the seaport or bring that to the seaport. But on the other hand, other more just like for example like Home Depot, Home Depot and Walmart and could be Best Buy and Publix. So there's a constantly the truck is going to go to that destination to deliver the goods or take certain things move out of the locations. And so these are much smaller compared to seaport, but there's a lot probably in every city. And so that's why there's a truck generator or destination locations.
Okay, great. Was most of the reduction in SUT actually rerouted to truck routes, or was it a reduction in the number of trucks overall?
Yeah, so when we do the data collection, and it's very similar at the same period of time, and so from our data to see that majority people actually they change their direction. That's why we give them a month to adjust, and so the total amount of truck is similar, but so that it's not like total number of truck reduced because we do the 1 month before we do the before data study, and then we implement a signage, and then 1 month later we collect the after data. So overall, in all this, as you can see, that's two area on the south side, but one area on the north side. They all consistently show that, and so it's the traffic actually divert or drive to the right route, the truck route.
Okay, great. This has been a very informative presentation, and we want to thank you for that. Could you summarize the major steps to start implementing the presented truck route signage in a city or a county?
Yeah, so the first we need to identify the truck route, and because some city county they may have kind of know what's a truck route, but in order to do that, it's I think the first step is be able to identify what's a truck route, and because of to be a truck route, you also want to make sure your lane width, your turning radii at intersection, and all meet the requirement, so the truck can safely uh, travel on that route. And so I think this is the first step. And the second step is to implement this signage. You want to uh, utilize the available resources to start. And so you may want to start with a location, especially in this case, like the location with a lot of complaints or concerns from residents or travelers, and you want to start with that. And I think this study provide the propose or recommend the signage. Maybe you can take advantage of that and start to, after identify the truck route, identify the location with a major concern, and with the truck route, truck get into the non-truck route. So you may want to start to implement that there. And once you implement that, and depend on your resources, depend on your resources and funding, and then you can start to plan, for future years, and start to gradually, after you identify all those locations, and gradually implement that, and eventually it will be a systematic way to implement that.
Okay, just a couple more questions coming in. Were truck drivers interviewed as to preferences of types of signage? And a second part of the question is, what is the penalty or fine for trucks using non-truck routes?
Yeah, so in this study, uh, uh, we because the time and also the project budget and the scope, and we didn't particular interview truck drivers, and however we do notice or we heard that uh, because in some cases, you know, even though the truck drivers they at the intersection, and we heard that, because sometimes they realize, for example, they cannot go straight. However, it's too late for them to change lanes because the truck is big. And when they get there, when even they realize they cannot go straight, some of them they still continue keep straight. So that's why the advanced guideline is very important. And so it's not official interview a truck driver, but in the past we heard that from truck drivers and mention about the problems. And the second one for enforcement, uh, I think each city or state or county, they may have different fine. And so probably this question need to refer to City of Tampa. And I don't know the exact amount they charge for those not compliant with the truck route signage.
All right, thank you. Was there any pushback on more sign clutter?
At this point, we haven't heard from City of Tampa uh, have a complaint about that. But I think people appreciate that, because when people realize the truck traffic reductions, and you can realize about 50%, more than almost 60% reduction of traffic go to their neighborhood. So that's a good. And as I mentioned earlier, that's why, because in the session you also want to consider other signage over there, so you can best place your sign, and so the driver can clearly see that, and you don't want So that's why it's important to determine what type of sign you need to put at the intersection or near intersection and make the best decision on that. And you try to avoid put too many sign there, then the effectiveness of sign will reduce.
All right, that sounds good. Well, I think we're about out of time, so I wanted to thank everyone for attending today's Cutter webcast. We really appreciate you being here. If you have any questions that we did not get a chance to answer, just please go ahead and send those in, and we'll send those to the presenter and get back to you via email. Want to encourage you to join us for our next webcast on June 20th, Integrating Equity into MPO Project Prioritization. You'll notice a web site has popped up on your screen. This is a survey. If you can just please take a moment to fill this out, let us know how we're doing, how we did today, and what you'd like to see coming up. Thank you again for joining us today, and we hope to see you next time.